Jada Pinkett said Afeni Shakur didn't wait for 2Pac's ashes in Las Vegas after 2Pac was cremated, and that Suge Knight brung 2Pac's ashes to Afeni at Jasmine Guy's house. This is brand new information. Let's get into some of this straight game.
Life is like those cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy DELRAY, Richardson, platinum artist, platinum songwriter, Straight Game TV. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button notification. Also, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And like I always say, if you would like to be one of the first people notified when I drop some of the Straight Game, please do me a favor and click on what appears to be that little bell notification right below this video. I'm going to get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, there's been a lot of people out here criticizing Jada Pinkett about her new book. But one of my subscribers actually made a comment on my latest video, putting things into context, if you will. I'm still waiting for my book. I ordered Jada Pinkett's book, and I'm waiting for mine to come in the mail. But there's something shocking that Jada Pinkett revealed. So like I said, I think the book, probably is a good book. And like I said, a lot of stories and insight that we really didn't know anything about in regards to 2Pac, right? And the young lady says by the name of I Am Mariah J. She was basically putting it into context. She said, to put it into context, Jada said in the book, she was at a private memorial, which Afeni chose to have in Jasmine Guy's backyard. She said she answered the door and Suge gave her the ashes to give to Afeni. These are 2Pac's ashes. And it was in a cardboard box given by the crematorium. She said she was enraged because he was cremated and didn't feel that was a decision Pac would have wanted. This is actually from a young lady who goes by the name of I Am Mariah J, one of my subscribers. This is information that she picked up in the book. I would take it that she has gotten the book. But this information right here is shocking. First off, to the best of my knowledge from 2Pac's father, Billy Garland, Afeni was the one who chose to take 2Pac off of life support, which was her right as 2Pac's mother, and how she felt about that. I respect that. You know what I mean? But I never knew, and I don't even know if Billy Garland ever knew, and because like I said, he didn't really talk to me about that. One thing he told me is that he didn't agree with the fact that 2Pac was cremated also. And so the fact that, from what I understand, what Jada is saying in her book, basically that Afeni, she didn't wait for 2Pac's ashes. From that perspective, that's what it sounds like to me. And Jada basically saying that when Suge came to the door, basically to hand 2Pac's ashes to her, because she opened the door. She was enraged that 2Pac's ashes could be contained in a cardboard box, and nothing more than a cardboard box from that perspective. Not only that, for whatever reason it was, I don't know if Jasmine Guy had a place out here in Los Angeles or whether that was in New York. That Suge had the ashes and not Afeni. So I don't know what kind of arrangement that they had made in regards to that from that perspective. But when Jada said she opened the door and Suge gave her the ashes, most people had thought that it was just some of the ashes that Suge had received, probably from Afeni. But from what Jada's book is saying, is that Suge had all of the ashes, and that he was actually passing them off to Afeni. As to how Suge got it, Suge might have stayed in New York. Stayed in Las Vegas, in regards to after Tupac was cremated and picked up the ashes. As to why he was giving them to Afeni, and when it usually would be the other way around, Afeni wasn't giving them to Suge, is only Afeni's her choice, or whatever you want to call it at that particular time. But Jada Pinkett said she was upset that Tupac was even cremated. We know in songs Tupac had talked about being cremated and having his homies smoke his ashes, and from all of that. But like I said, different. And like I said, in another song, Tupac said, at my funeral, have every rapper rock it, from that perspective. So, it was kind of a mixed bag, or should I say, mixed information as far as what Tupac said in his music. But according to Jada in her book, like I said, this is very, very, very interesting, because, like I said, I don't think a lot of people knew this. And as a matter of fact, they didn't know this unless you were there at Jasmine Guy's house, like Jada Pinkett was. And like I say, she said that she was the one that received Tupac's ashes. So for all of the people who are basically saying that this is cap and this is, Jada's lying, this is context into what Jada actually said. That, like I said, if she says something in an interview, most people who are not familiar with Tupac, who want to believe everything is this new word that they're using for a lie, that it's cap. You know what I mean? This is the context in which that happened. And so therefore, Suge was actually bringing Afeni Shakur Tupac's ashes. They were having a ceremony or celebration of Tupac's life, a private memorial service for Tupac's life. Suge was bringing Afeni the ashes. Jada Pinkett was there over at the house, and when Suge came to the door, Jada answered the door, and Suge actually handed Tupac's ashes to her in a cardboard box that was given to Suge Knight by the crematorium in Las Vegas. And so basically Jada said that she was enraged by that, and she was upset that Tupac was cremated, because she felt that Tupac, it was against Tupac's wishes, or Tupac wouldn't have agreed with being cremated. And like I said, there's numerous songs that Tupac talked about his death. And like I said, I believe it was Black Jesus, if you will, and where he talked about his homies, the Outlaws, smoking his ashes from that perspective. And so, and then there was another song, but like I said, when he talked about, at my funeral, let every rapper rock it, perform at his funeral. But there was no funeral from that perspective. Now, a lot of people have, come up with this theory that the reason why Afeni had Tupac cremated was because she didn't want Billy Garland to be able to claim that he was Tupac's father, so by having the body cremated, there would be no DNA evidence. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not going to speculate on that. But there's been a lot of rumblings in regard to that. Like I said, Billy Garland had told me that he wasn't invited to any ceremony that they had, and he wanted to go, him and his other sons, and so, but he wasn't invited, and that was disappointing to him, among other things, that Afeni chose to take Tupac off of life support. Billy Garland said he wouldn't have made that decision if it was up to him, and I respect that. So tell me, guys, this is the context of the situation. This is the context of it, you know what I mean? Basically, Jada saying that, she was at a private memorial which Afeni chose to have at Jasmine Guy's backyard. She said she answered the door and Suge gave her the ashes to give to Afeni, and it was in a cardboard box given by the crematorium. And she said she was enraged because he was cremated and didn't feel that was the decision Pac would have wanted. So tell me, guys, what do you think about that? You know what I mean? We know about the songs. We know about, the other song talking about having a funeral. We know that once a person is deceased, they can no longer make those decisions unless it was left in some kind of will, right? Which Tupac did not have. And so it was left up to his mom what would be done with his remains, and she chose to cremate Tupac. So what do you guys think about this new revealing, in-depth, contextual information, right? In regards to Tupac being cremated, regards to what really happened and how the situation with the ashes actually came about. Most people were saying, well, how did Jada end up with Tupac's ashes? How did, and why did she have some of his ashes? Why would they give her some of his ashes? And right here you have the actual context from her book, as provided by I Am Mariah J. Like I said, I'm waiting on her book because I want to actually read it and have a better perspective about, her point of view and where she's coming from. Readers are leaders, actually. You know what I mean? So once again, but like I said, chime in and tell me, guys, what you think about this. This is very important. Like I said, information that no one knew about until now. And the reason that you know that no one knew about it because they've never talked about this information before. So, chime in, tell me what you think. Do you think Afeni Shakur should have stayed in Las Vegas and waited for Tupac's ashes herself and not have Suge deliver them to her? Do you think that it was cool for her to let Suge deliver them to her? Do you think that Tupac should have been cremated? You know what I mean? From your own personal perspective and the music that you heard and what he said in songs and all of that. And what do you think about Jada Pinkett's feelings in regards to being enraged that the ashes were handed to her in a cardboard box and not some kind of urn or some kind of other device in regards to his ashes? And do you think that she had the right to be enraged? Was it her position, or was it her? Was it in her? Should she have been enraged based on just being friends with Tupac, or should she have just respected what Afeni chose to do in regards to Tupac's ashes? Chime in below. Tell me what you guys think. Your boy DELRAY, straight gang.